tell you the outcome of that. Like when you could just focus on your mental health and be okay with it. You don't. Here's the thing: a lot of times we beat ourselves up because we're not available to everybody. But a part of mental health is self care, right? You find yourself feeling like you just the anxiety is just taking over you and your body and your mind. You can't think. Your mind is cloudy. Those are the things that I was going through. I felt like I was obligated to be that available for people, and I have to set those healthy boundaries for yourself. So I'm telling you, like, I felt like God was pressing on my mind, and I said, you know what? I just got to reach out for help as an advocate, because I always say mentors need mentors, advocates need advocates. So what I did, I reached out to an organization that gave incentives to executive directors the opportunity basically to take sabbaticals. And I was blessed to do that. So I gotta give you that information.
Yeah.
But when you do that, it's gonna feel amazing. So tell me, like, what was your journey with mental health to the point that you know you was going through it, and I know sometimes, as I'm being real, we still have our ups and downs. But what was that moment that you said, like, okay, now it's time for me to help?
So my journey with mental health is a long one. Like I've actually watched a TED talk about how children can be affected by their mother's hormones and their stress levels in the womb. So
Okay.
knowing the history of my parents, I and I completely see how I was born into this world just ate up with stress hormones, and I was born into a very stressful, dark, negative situation, and it lasted until just a few years ago. So like, or about a year ago, I guess, when it happened. So 40 years of dealing with not only just having a hard life, but having horrible mental health because of all of the things, that had been done.
Yeah.
And you get brain damage, like physical damage from trauma, and a lot of people don't think about that. And so one of my big things that I've researched a lot is natural healing for the brain. And also that trauma can present as a lot of other mental health issues. So like I was put on a lot of medication that I didn't need because I wasn't those things. I just had so much trauma. I was extremely like triggered all the time and could
Yeah.
not regulate my emotions, and was just, I mean, there was points where I was on medication. I was literally in psychosis. Like I would black out and I would just go through these rage episodes, and then I would come to and I'd be like, so what's going on? Like what's happening? Everybody okay? No, they're not okay. They were dealing with me. So it's been 40, at least 40 years of ups and downs with my mental health to the breaking point, that you talk about. Um, I don't, trigger warning, I guess, that I can tell you the exact moment was me. I was in the shower, and I use the shower a lot to release my emotions because you can cry and the water is always
Right.
there,
Right.
whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of emotional like release when I'm in the shower, and I think about things and I allow myself to let it out. And yeah, I was just to the point with the physical pain because I've been chronically ill for 22 years. I've had chronic pain, like massive chronic pain, debilitating to the point where I was in bed or on the couch for like 5 years. Like I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to go outside. I wasn't able to hold my kids. Like that's a that by itself is enough to set somebody, into the deep end. And I was in the shower and I imagined that it was time for me to just give up. Like I couldn't take another ounce of pain. I didn't want to deal with all the stuff that was going on up here, and I was like, I'm done. But luckily for me, I imagined my husband and my kids finding me, and I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't leave that and change the path of their life forever. In maybe it would be, they'd be okay, but they would never be the same.